Hey, what's up guys? Coach DT with Dynamic Training. In today's video, we are gonna work on stretching, mobility, flexibility. Okay, I always tell you guys, tight muscles are slow muscles. We gotta work on stretching, taking care of our bodies. I know for somebody like myself, if I don't have someone guiding me through stretching, I won't do it on my own. A lot of people have foam rollers at home. They don't use them at home. They only use them at the gym when there's someone to guide them. So today we have Coach Jen right here with us. She's a part of our Dynamic Sweat adult classes, and she's gonna tell you what we got.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Jen. We are gonna be going through 7 to 10 stretches today. So our goal is gonna be to hold them for 2 to 4 minutes, but for this video purpose, we're gonna be holding them for 1 minute. That way you can get an idea as to what 1 minute feels like and then work your way up to the 2 to 4 minutes. So let's get this party started. All right, we are gonna start off in child's pose. This is just a great way for us to connect to our breath. And I want you to pay attention to both Coach DT and I and look at the difference in our range of motion. Remember, you are perfectly unique and everybody's flexibility is in a different space. So you go to where you feel comfortable. So we're gonna start off in tabletop. I want you to go ahead and separate your knees and bring your feet together, or as close together as you can get them. And we're gonna bring those hips back, reaching the fingertips away from the body. And on your exhales, I want you to focus on bringing your hips as close to your heels as you can. And on your inhales, try to lengthen and reach through your fingertips. So remember, this is an active stretch. Always being focused on your breathing. Exhale, bring those hips back. On your inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. If you can get the tip of your nose or forehead to the floor, awesome. If you're not there yet, that's okay too. And we're gonna stay in this posture, but we're gonna thread as you slowly rise up. Your left arm underneath your right. Notice my palm is facing up. And go ahead and just open up the right shoulder. You can transfer a little bit more weight onto the left shoulder, which will intensify the shoulder stretch. You're still getting a wonderful hip opening stretch here. Try to look underneath the right arm. Breathing slowly and intentionally. Remember, our goal is about 1 minute here. And on your last exhale, slowly start to rise. We're gonna thread right arm underneath the left, extending the left arm out, taking it to the opposite side. And just take a moment to notice what you notice from one side to the other. And on your next exhale, slowly start to bring it back up into our original tabletop position. Knees are stacked below the hips here. Hands directly below the shoulders. Go ahead and tuck your back toes underneath, keeping your core nice and tight. Lift your hips up and back into down dog. Draw your belly button into your spine and try to flatten your heels as much as possible. And that's okay if they don't touch the floor. Really lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Feel that nice stretch in the shoulders. And let's go ahead and just bend the knees, alternating left to right, right to left. This should feel really good, shaking out the hips. And you can exaggerate the range of motion. Really, this is just designed to move however it feels good to you and your body. There's no right or wrong. March it out. And we are going to float the right leg up. Now you can stay here. If you'd like to take it into an optional hip opener, you can bend back at the knee and open up the hips here. Now this may not be available to you, and that's okay. You can stay right here with the legs straight. And we're gonna gently shift the weight to our palms. And I want you to think about going into a high plank. So we're gonna keep the right leg off the mat, bring the knee into the chest. Notice I shifted my weight into that high plank, and then I'm gonna gently lower all the way down. So you will notice Daniel here took it into what we call recline pigeon. So I'm in pigeon. This is designed to open up the hips and the hip flexors. Recline pigeon is a great option if where I'm at is not available to you. And if you are not able to grab above the shin, you can always grab behind and on the hamstring where Daniel was, or you can use a band or even a towel. Wrap it on top of your shin, right below the knee. Make sure it's nice and taut, and then relax your head, neck, shoulders down. If you're right here in pigeon with me, I'm gonna lower down onto the forearms. Some of you may be super flexible and can bring your forehead all the way to the floor. Again, choose what's best for you and your body. And we're gonna take a moment, take a minute here. Slow, intentional exhales. Allowing your body to sink further and further into the stretch. And that uncomfortable feeling is going to serve your body so well. Whatever you want, just rotate the hips out. You just want to make that hip feel better, right? You may be feeling some discomfort. So whatever movement you need to do to come back to a balanced state, do that. Otherwise, you can come back up to down dog with me. And I like to shake my hips out here. This feels good to my body. And on your exhale, you can either take it down onto your back or thread that right knee all the way through into pigeon on the opposite side. I'm gonna transition my weight to the outside of my hips, and I'm gonna swing my leg around, taking it onto my back here. And let's go ahead and relax both legs down. We're gonna bend the right knee, clasp your hands together, grabbing on the shin below the knee. Now go ahead and keep both shoulders flat on your mat, both hips flat on your mat, and start to pull the right knee to the outside shoulder. Try to avoid the rib cage here. We're creating a compression in the hip flexor. It should feel almost like a pinch. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable. All of that is normal. We're restricting blood flow to the hip flexor. So when we release the stretch, massive blood flow is going to go back to the hip flexor area, which is what's going to help repair our connective tissue. You can relax the left arm down, keeping the right hand where it's at, and just open up the hips. So we're just bringing that knee out to the side. Again, both shoulders, both hips flat on your mat. If you'd like to relax it down, this is another great option. This is half reclined butterfly here. So again, whatever feels best to you. And on your next exhale, gently bring that right knee up. And we're just gonna extend the right leg all the way up, flexing the toes back towards your face. Now I want you to grab up and reach towards your calf. Flex the toe back towards your face, reach up and pull back. For any of my athletes who have explosive movements, or even if you may not use those movements in the game, you definitely train that way. So this is important to make sure that you're taking care of your hamstrings so you're able to perform at optimal levels with those powerful movements. On your next exhale, we're gonna bring that leg all the way across your body, taking it into what we call a reclined twist. So you can keep the bottom leg straight. You can bend the bottom knee, whichever feels good to you. Notice I'm extending my right arm out straight. Both shoulders is your goal to have on your mat. And on your last exhale, go ahead and take it onto your back. Let's bring those knees into our chest. I want you to come up and try to wrap your arms around your legs. If you can grab your elbows, awesome. I cannot. And then try to lower your head, neck, and shoulders back down onto your mat. One day we'll be able to tuck our chin to our chest, completely flattening our spine onto our mats. And again, if you're not able to grab your wrists or your hands, you can always take a band or a towel around and use that to create the compression in your hip flexors. And on your last exhale, gently release, unfold here, and just allow the legs to windshield wiper left to right, right to left. And we're gonna repeat that same sequence on the opposite side. Tucking the hips. Again, if you wanna hold it out here, or you can just allow it to fall to the mat. If you want to intensify this stretch, you can always bend the right and bring the soles of your feet together into full reclined butterfly. This is a great option as well. If you're really tight, you may just want to keep it into that half butterfly. Try to drive the sole of your foot into the ceiling. And when you're ready, on your next exhale, bring that left leg across your body. You're gonna extend the left arm out, and I want you to look down the left arm. On your next exhale, slowly, gently start to take it back onto your back. Let's bring those knees into our chest one more time. If you wanna use that taller band across, you can. Otherwise, come up, grab the forearms, grab the elbows, whatever's available to you. And on your next exhale, slowly, gently release. Let's go ahead and straighten out the legs here. If you just want to gently shake them out a little bit, it's normal to feel compression, maybe some discomfort in the hips, in the quads. And we're just going to relax down here in Savasana.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you feel as stretched out and as loose as I do. Maybe you had a little pain here and there. I had a little bit, but that's okay. We're gonna get better and continue to improve. Remember, pain is just an opportunity for us to grow and improve. Thank you so much to Ms. Jen. I appreciate you. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.